Hello, everybody! Welcome! Boo? Random ass Cera Luceria stream in the middle of the day. Hello, everybody! Say hello, everyone! Welcome, welcome! Hello, Thiago, Nimby, Green, Smoky, Nico, Hiders, Stray, Crayons, Taco, JonJonH, Greg, Sadman. Me and you both, buddy. Tony, Hato, Slow. Welcome, everybody. Grim, Fiend, David, Brendan, Mald. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There are surprisingly so many of you with a day off today. Like, what's the occasion? Is it a holiday or do you guys just get random Fridays off? It's Friday, right? Am I going crazy? Element, Ishtar, Vampire, Orange, Underseer. Hello, everybody. I'm so sorry to the bozos who are currently at work. Like I've said in chat numerous times already today, unemployment is in. Guys, you should probably look into that. They called when they saw your schedule. Okay, actually, I had someone send me a Morrow, and they were like, I'm working on the day that you have your members only stream, so I called in for a half day. And I was like, you're so real for that. Now that you said that to me, that stream has to happen 100%. So trying to quit one job. How many jobs do you have? I say that as I have 3 jobs. Got told I wasn't even needed for free volunteering. Yeah, I told you unemployment is in. Don't even volunteer. You should reschedule just for the funsies. Yeah, just because that one person decided to take a break from work just to watch stream, I'm actually gonna reschedule just to troll them. I don't need this. My wife has 3 jobs, okay, but does she get paid? No, not enough. Oh my gosh, but hello, welcome in everybody. Happy Friday, or I guess Saturday maybe for some of you. I'm not sure, but time zones are weird. Welcome. I am going through it. I have been going through it for a pretty long time, but let me just give you guys a recap, okay? Hi, Dark Shadows. Hi, Chrono. Hello, Jiro. Hi, Red. Out here making a canon event for that one guy in particular. Okay, it doesn't count as the following day until you actually sleep and wake up. I don't know. That's just how I live. That's just my rule. So like, I don't care if technically it's past midnight and everything. All your devices say it's the next day. It doesn't register as the next day for me until I actually went to sleep and my eyes open up the next morning. Okay. So 1 AM, sorry, it's still Friday for you. But hi guys. Yeah, noonday never starts if you never sleep. That means if you don't sleep, then you never age. Probably because you'll die, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, exactly. We follow Sarah's standard time. That's the true CST, guys. Hi, Fox. Hi, Sally. Welcome. Alright, so I am in pain everywhere. I also have a stuffy nose. I have a sore throat. I have a terrible headache that I am suspecting is a migraine. Bright lights hurt me right now. So I don't actually know. Is it because I'm sick? Am I just really depressed? Is it seasonal allergies? I don't know, but I also suspect that I'm aching everywhere, like at least for my body. I have aches in my limbs right now. Probably because I took it a little bit too far with my workout 2 days ago, and now my body is really feeling it. But yeah, it's everything all at once. Oh my gosh, no. My tummy hurts too, but you're right. You're right, Stray. Thank you for keeping track. It's not that time of the month yet, but my tummy does hurt. I think it's probably because of stress. This is way to start a stream, Sarah, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because this wouldn't be a Cera Luceria stream if I didn't start it a little bit weird. But my tummy has been hurting a lot. Stress, the new medication that I'm on, everything is just making me go insane. But yesterday I was at work. Notorious, thank you so much for 7 months, my love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. But yesterday I was at work, and then it's just the middle of class, and I got up and I was like, sorry, I gotta go to the bathroom. And then I ran to the bathroom, and I had to go to war in that bathroom. Okay, there's for some reason that staff bathroom, they don't have heating in there or something, so everything is frozen. The toilet seat was frozen, the air was frozen, and I had to go to war with the cold air, the cold toilet seat, and my stomach. Yeah, the Cold War of 2025. It was so cold. Like every breath I took, I felt it in my lungs kind of cold. I don't even know how that happens. But yeah, I don't know why I'm so big. Okay, make myself slightly less in your personal space, you know. But yeah, and you know, when you're a teacher, you can't really like just go to the bathroom whenever you want. But like, I'm not the classroom teacher, thank God. But I was just like, oh, I can't do this, I gotta go. And then I just left. It was really tragic. So I am going through it, and then yesterday after work I went to the hospital to visit my brother, and that was also a whole mess. I don't want to get into that, but it was like not a very pleasant visit. Everybody was really on edge. Everybody left, I think, feeling worse than ever. And then I got home and I was like, yeah, no, I don't know how I'm gonna stream. I don't know how I'm gonna stream tonight. I know, Bull. Oh my gosh, congratulations. That is quite weird, but I'm glad that you got your job back. But like I said, unemployment is in, so we should all strive to become unemployed. Yeah. Anyway, so that was my struggle. Sorry for canceling stream. I don't know when I'm gonna put it, because next week is actually kind of packed for me. Next week I have a couple of collabs scheduled, so I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But that's my update. How are you guys doing? How are you all holding up? I know with the seasons changing, it's finally autism! Yay! With the seasons changing and everything. Also, it being flu season, everybody's getting sick, so make sure to take care of yourselves. Make sure to rest when you can, and hydrate. Okay, what? Are you good? I'm gonna... What? Yippee! Yippee! Oh my gosh! Spicy, hello Thank you so much for still being a creature, my beloved. Mwah, mwah, mwah. How are you? I love my morning Tylenol with the nice autism weather. I feel like a zombie, but I'm okay. I don't know if being a zombie is considered okay. No more dying of heat. Doing great. Just started class. Oh yeah, it is back to school for most people, isn't it? Good luck for those of you who are taking classes. Hi, Hoppy. Lots of back pain and general year-end stress. Oh yeah, you're right. It is nearing the end of the year. Isn't that crazy? I feel like we just entered 2025 and now we're at the end of the year. What? Like, literally, what even happened? COVID really messed up my sense of time. I was talking yesterday to my coworkers. I was like, I feel like time has stopped. How has it been 5 years? Time has stopped for me during COVID. Crazy. Mentally I don't feel a year older, but physically I am feeling it, guys. You're 10 years at your job. Congratulations, Fiend. That's huge. Congrats. Time for retirement, I think. Planning for Christmas shopping? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who have birthdays around this time too. It was just my mother's birthday. And then Christmas. Oh. Like, can we not? Can we not? All the Unktonins getting joint pains with the cold. Unk. Does that just mean like hag, but like maybe for men? Or is it like a gender neutral term? Yeah, no, time stopped being real in 2020. Like, so many people feel this. I don't even know why. I can't believe I used to be in my 20s. I can't believe Christmas is next week. Hag should be gender neutral? No, it's only for women. Don't know why, but now at least we have Unk. We can all be Unk, okay? We're all old as fuck. Can't believe Unk and Hag are the same now. I never realized it. Just 2 more showers until Christmas. Jamie, you should probably consider showering a bit more. I remember when I was in grade 9, I think. Oh, wow. A millennia ago, I was in grade 9. But I remember every time our class used to come back from like PE, our classroom teacher would be like, God, some of you guys need to take more showers or learn what deodorant is. I remember being in grade 9 and I was so shook. I was like, how can a teacher say that? That's so rude. Like, he wasn't calling any one particular person out, but it was like he was saying the whole class had to like get better hygiene or something, right? Because you know, teenagers, they're sweaty, they don't really care too much about their hygiene. At least at that point of being a teen. I don't know if it's different nowadays. The teens are still kind of stinky these days, I'm not gonna lie. But I remember I was like, oh, how could he say that? And now I'm like, he was so real for that. He was so real for that. More teachers need to say that. Especially when you're like just going through puberty, right? It's like the worst time possible. You smell real bad. So I'm not saying Jamie smells. I'm just saying like 2 showers until Christmas. You could probably afford at least 1 more to make it 3. I've been told Jamie bathes once a month to keep his gamer aura Now that's okay. Just, you know, keep it chill. We're chill maxing in here. The random Jamie slander? It's not random. Jamie did this to themselves. Oh, sorry. I'm like, my nose is leaking and it's not good. Maintaining high elo requires a good aura. Have you guys seen Faker? I don't think Faker looks like he smells, okay? He has incredible aura and I'm sure he showers frequently. So, you should shower. Don't slurp, shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm building padding my KDA with what? Layers of dead skin cells? Faker smells like ranch? Yeah, delete that! Thank you, my moderator. Good job, you're doing your job. Yeah, never say that about Faker. What's wrong with you? Oh my god, don't you know I coached that kid? I don't actually know how old Faker is. Alright, so I think I might be sick, but who cares? Aren't we all a little bit sick, at least in the head? Speaking of being a little bit sick in the head, I went to my new therapist. I've only had 2 sessions with her so far. He's an Ankuh now, I think. Like, he's 30? Is that... I don't know how old Ankuh is. I don't know. Hello, Mr. Zaha. And she was just like asking me a whole bunch of questions about my family, like a good therapist should. And I was like just answering her like a good client should. And then she was like, Sarah, it kind of seems like when you're speaking about your family, you like to censor the words that you use and you choose very carefully what you say. And I was like, man, didn't have to call me out like that, but whatever, whatever, you're like right, but like, whatever. Freaking therapists. You pronounce it like Blackbeard's laugh in One Piece. Yeah, I don't want to get demonetized. Like, what am I supposed to say? They make me want to kill myself? Like, I can't just say that. I would say like, yeah, it makes me a little bit upset, but it's my family, you know. It is what it is, you know. Yeah, just because you're correct doesn't mean you are right. I didn't pay you to call me out. Can't believe you're doing your job or something. But also, so yeah, so sick in the head, also sick in multiple other body parts, but we're here, we're yapping, and we're gonna have a good time together, okay? I have a lot of things I want to talk about, but I don't know which topic should I jump into first. Working in the time of unemployment? I know, unemployment is so in, guys. Yeah, I wish to be unemployed. I should not say that. I do not want to get fired or laid off. So knock on wood. But I meant it in the sense that I do not want to go to work. I do not want capitalism anymore. But the severance pay, I don't even think I would get severance pay. I'm not full-time anywhere, so any oil barons in chat, anyone with generational wealth they can impart upon a silly little carbuncle. Any mysterious relative that I've never met before but for some reason doesn't have any next of kin or children, or just even any friends that they really like, want to leave me a huge fortune after they pass. Please, 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 please. Like, hello? Anybody? I'm writing my will right now. Thank you. I'll give you my full name, date of birth, and whatever else you need. I gladly spend a night in a haunted mansion to earn an inheritance. Okay, you see, I think I would do it only if I knew how much money I was going to get. Like, if it was 1 million, I wouldn't do it. But if it was 1 billion, then you know what? I think it's perhaps worth being haunted the rest of my life for. 350? No. Like 1 billion? Yeah, okay, whatever. We ball. An entire $5? Ooh, it's a pretty good deal. I don't know. I lived there long enough to become best friends with the ghosts for 1 billion. I'm not like superstitious at all. I don't believe in like ghosts or any of that stuff. But I think being alone for a long time in I guess abandoned place with like no electricity, and it's dark and dirty and probably has a lot of spiders and creepy crawlies, and the very real possibility of, I don't know, squatters, that's kind of scary. But I could also just get really in my head about it and then be like, okay, but what if ghosts are real? Like, what if they're real? What if they exist? And what if they want to kill me right now? Like, that's the kind of thing that would happen if I was forced into a haunted mansion. Hi, oh my gosh. Would you rather $400 quadrillion or have a credit card? Oh, I love that. Thank you for bringing that back, hot chick. Goes haunting Sarah, seeing her struggle 3 a.m. Damn, girl, you good? Real. The ghosts will pity me, and maybe they'll lead the way to their fortune that they saved up when they were alive, but never got the chance to use. That'd be nice. But yeah, I want time. Can this bitch stop complaining? No! I just have no time to do anything, and there's so many games that I want to play, like the new Digimon game. That game looks so good. I want to play it so bad. But I won't have time to play it unless I stream it, I guess. And the new Pokemon game is coming out soon, and I'm so excited for that too. Rune Factory, I've started playing a little bit of the new Rune Factory. By the way, Switch 2 has been acquired. Thank you all. Funding my unnecessary addiction to video game consoles that I will not have any chance to touch. But I did get Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. I've been looking forward to playing that game for so long. So as soon as I got my grubby little hands on the Switch 2, I got the Rune Factory game, and I've had like no time to play it so far. I've only finished maybe the tutorial portion, but it's been so fun. It's been so incredible. It is such a step up from Rune Factory 5. I know I shit on Rune Factory 5 so much, but that game is so poorly optimized. It's I don't know, that game is just bad. But this, Azuma, it looks good, it sounds good. There's voice acting in this one. I know there were voice acting in like the previous ones, but this one, I feel like the voice acting is, I don't know, more dynamic. The major cutscenes and stuff, and like story are fully voice acted as well, which I think are really, really nice. And the combat is so smooth. My issue with Rune Factory 5 was the loading time between everything was so slow. Switch 2 cartridges taste test away. Do they still taste bad? I imagine they do, huh? Members only stream. We gotta lick cartridges again? Question mark. But what was I saying? Yeah. It just runs so smoothly. The loading times are not crazy insane anymore, and it's beautiful. I really like it. Yeah, it's been great. I really like all of the new mechanics and gameplay stuff as well. I feel like it really revamped what Rune Factory is as a franchise and as a series. It's just new and really, really fun. Of course, I miss like classic Rune Factory stuff, but we'll see how this one goes. I'm really liking it. I'm liking all of the customization options to like the villages as well. So cool stuff. I'm enjoying it a whole ton. Do you like the Switch 2? Switch 2 big. It's not too heavy, which is good, but it's quite large. If you guys want to get me some accessories, check out Throne. Yeah, having all the helpers, that's really nice. I haven't unlocked a lot of... I feel like I haven't unlocked a lot of stuff yet because I'm still like just barely done the tutorial portion, but it's been a great experience. Switch 2 big, the screen is big, the console is big. I do have an issue with it though, like because I like to play my games in bed. I like handheld. That's why I like the Switch, the DS, the 3DS. Handheld portable consoles, right? But like the battery life I found only lasts maybe around 2 to 3 hours, which is kind of stinky, but I get that the Switch 2 is a really powerful device, right? So I guess that's the trade-off, but it's not really portable if you have to keep it plugged in every 2 hours now, is it? But I guess it also depends on like what game you're playing. Maybe if you play like a less intensive game, the battery life will last longer. But yeah, like I can't take it anywhere because one, it's quite large. Like unless I'm carrying just a Switch case, I can't like put it in a bag or like what? It's large. I need to charge it frequently. And then it hurts my wrists if I play it like handheld with the entire console. I know I'm just complaining now, but that's like my only real issue with the Switch 2. Everything else so far has been pretty good. You don't think that's normal? No, that's normal. I googled it. It's dependent again on whether how high you have your settings on, how high you have your brightness, whether or not you're connected to the Wi-Fi, and what game you're playing. But like, if I have a Switch 2, obviously I want all my settings to be decent. I want them to be high. Otherwise, I would just play on my regular Switch, right? Yeah, so... Oh, I don't have a Steam Deck, so I don't know how long the Steam Deck lasts for, but if it's only 2 hours with AAA games, then I guess it does make sense, right? Because it's such a powerful system. I don't know, like, how... how the battery works at all, but I'm guessing because It's so powerful. That's just a trade-off that you get. It's very ergonomic. That makes sense. I would like to get a Steam Deck one day because I have so many games on Steam that I don't really have the chance to play because I don't want to sit on my PC all day. I already sit on my PC all day. Basically, everything I do from the moment I wake up is sit on my PC. So when I have my own free time, I don't want to still sit here, you know? So maybe one day I'll look into getting a Steam Deck as well. Hi, Paul! How are you? Are you at work? Oh, I don't know if you're hearing this, but the construction workers behind my house right now, they are, I don't know, in a yelling match or something. You use yours more than your PC? That makes sense. Stop! I don't have the money right now to get one! Standing desk, no more sitting at my PC. I don't want to be in this room 24/7. Please let me out. Who's winning? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't think anyone's a winner. Okay, well, like I said, I'm gonna say this again. Unemployment is in. Stop going to work, you bozos. My gosh. Yeah, trapped like an animal. I don't know, maybe like people are watching me through all my devices. Stuck in the basement and I'm stuck in the room. Yeah, that's why I want to get up and move around so I can at least have some time to visit you guys in my basement. We're not that far apart, but I feel like I never get a chance to see you. How can I donate money in November? You have a body filled with organs. But yeah, I just want time to play more games, and the new Silent Hill game looks really good too. I would never play it myself, but I have been watching a playthrough of it, and it's kind of balling. I kind of really like it. I did spoil myself on what the story is about. No spoilers in chat. But yeah, because it's a game that I'm never gonna play myself, right? So I just read up on it and then watched a playthrough of it. But yeah, the Foxman. When I didn't before I googled it, so when I didn't know anything about the game at all, I saw the Foxman. I was like, I don't even care what this game is about, but I'm gonna trust the Foxman with my life. But yeah, like I don't know, when I first looked into the game, like a very surface level like search of the game, I was like, ooh, this really isn't my cup of tea. Really not, you know, what I think of when I think of Silent Hill. I think that's like most of the complaints, right? Welcome back. I hope you had a good meeting, JonJonH. That was rather fast. But then I started reading like what actually went on in the game, and I was like, oh dang, this is actually really, really good. It's so interesting. And it looks fun. I don't know. I personally would never play any of those games, but watching people play it is a whole ton of fun. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why unemployment is in. So many games I want to play or watch other people play, but there's just no time. Yeah, I think what my only complaint with it is because I don't know much about the other Silent Hill games. I've only really seen bits and pieces here and there, and then that remake, that's the only one that I've watched a full playthrough of, is the Silent Hill remake game that came out recently. But so I don't know if it's always like, if it's always been like that, but it seems like it's just the gameplay and the combat is just really repetitive and kind of annoying. Hi, John. And I don't know, maybe people like that kind of gameplay. It's not my cup of tea, but having to like fight through the same monsters over and over and it being like the same thing, I don't know. I feel like I would blow my brains out, but it's just me. Yeah, and I think it's like all melee combat as well from what I've seen. You just like kind of hack and slash and you have to dodge. Hi Joestar, we're talking about the new Silent Hill game. So no spoilers. Yeah, maybe it's just what Silent Hill is. I don't know, but from what I've seen, like some of the boss monsters that you fight, like they come back as just like random minions and you just have to do the fight again. I feel like that's so tedious. Yeah, I feel like that's so tedious. And then your weapons can break. Yeah, but I saw that there was this one monster that like blocks your way and you literally have to fight it every single time for it to like let you go past it. And like, why? It's the same monster. Like, it's not gonna have any new mechanics, any new tricks up its sleeve. I just have to keep doing this over and over. Yeah, so that's why I wouldn't play that game, but also because I would be very bad at the game and it's a little bit scary, so yeah, but like this one, you only have like melee weapons that break. You can't like shoot guns or anything. I mean, you do get like a pretty big upgrade later on, but still, for most of the game, you just, I don't know, pick up a random kitchen knife and start stabbing these monsters that respawn. New Silent Hill is a hack and slash? I mean, kind of, yeah. But the story I've been really liking. But like the point of the game is to progress through the story. I don't know. I think like for such a story-based game, making it so tedious to get to the next part is just, I don't know, you're just padding for time at this point. You know? Yeah, and you can't do cool combos or anything. Like, if you want it to be like a hack and slash, at least make it more interesting. Have combos, have better weapons. I don't know. You have a freaking metal pipe for a lot of the game, or like a kitchen knife. Like, that's my issue with it. Other than that, since I'm not even the one playing the actual game, I don't really care. But the story's good. Everything else is pretty good. So it's been a nice watch. Well, you see, anime schoolgirl, she's not just an anime schoolgirl, okay? Nothing personal, kid. Hi, Isaac. Let's see. Talked about Silent Hill. Yeah, she is not like the other girls, okay? I'm good. I'm tired. I'm in pain everywhere. So maybe I'm not actually good. But whenever someone asks you, how are you? I feel like you just go, good! I'm well. I'm incredibly Poggers champion. Yeah. I don't know. Are there like any other new horror games out that are worth looking into? Alright, do you guys know of any like co-op horror games? Not like Phasmophobia, not like the friend swap games. Okay, like yes, we know there are the friend swap games that we can all play, like Lethal Company, Devour. But I want games like Hi Logan, Until Dawn. I know that company does a whole bunch of those, but they're not actually co-op even. Because only one person actually gets to play the game, but I want like a story-based game like that you can play with a friend. The Outlast Trials. Dying Light. League of Legends are getting ganked by Fiddlesticks or Nocturne. Yeah, that game, Isaac, only one person actually gets to play the game, and then the other person only, like... I don't know. I don't even know what the other person does. Hi, Harper. Now you gotta pay? X-rays for your teeth are so expensive. One of the Resident Evil games have got... Oh, really? Controversial? Okay, thank you. I will write all of these down and look into them. But I don't want to play a horror game by myself, you know? Maybe I'll grab a friend and we'll play together on stream for October. Resident Evil 5 and 6? Really? They're co-op? Interesting. Little Nightmares? Is that... Oh, is that co-op? Funniest Resident Evil games? What does that mean? Okay, I prefer it if it wasn't like super scary or anything. World of Horror? Is that co-op? Cry of Fear? Modded Minecraft. I haven't played No I'm Not Human, but I have watched a couple of people play it, yeah. Oh, dying over here. But is it good? Do you guys like it? Dying over here. Zomboid. Oh, that's good to know. Man, you guys know so much about games. This is why you should be unemployed so you can be a game master. Alright, thank you. I'll look into all of these. You might not even end up playing anything. First, I'm gonna have to find someone to play the games with, and then we're gonna have to get the games and then set up a time to stream the games, so like... bleh. I need a job to buy more games. That's me. Every time there's a sale going on, I'm like, oh my gosh, these are all games that I want to play. Let's buy them. And then I buy them and I don't ever touch them. It's happened so many times. So now whenever there's a sale, I don't even look at it because I know that even if I buy it, I'm not going to be able to play it. So whatever. Yeah, classic Steam sale. Exactly. Yeah, the time to play is non-existent. $700 games in your library. Yeah, I'm always like, ooh, these are all games that I'm interested in. Let's get them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Man, how great it is to have money to buy games now that you're an adult. And yet you have no time to actually play the games. But when you're a kid, you have time to play the games, but your parents won't let you buy any games. I guess we just have to look out for retirements. But maybe by then, I guess depending on how old you guys are, maybe some of you are really close to retirement. I don't know, but maybe by then, all of these games will be lost to media. Who knows? Yeah, the Steam servers. They're gonna get bought up by like EA or something. You think I'm gonna be able to retire? Don't say that. I just play League and not my problem. Okay, this is true. I'm like, oh man, I have some free time. Let's play a game. Boots up League of Legends every single time. Yeah, retirement and then your body breaks, so then you can't even play any games. You're working till we're dead. Yeah, I meant like Steam's gonna get bought out like EA. League is forever. League will never die. By then it'll be League 5. Yeah, like phone games are the only games that I really have time to play, but even then I don't even have time to train my horses. If I can even get one career run in a day, I'm lucky. Isn't this so tragic? Same client, yeah, even League 5 will use the exact same client and they're never gonna change it. Just gotta wait for the Riot MMO that's been scrapped so it's not real anymore. The year is 2865. Fakers just won his 30th World's Championship. All is good. I'm retired, but I no longer have fingers, so I can't play games. I lost my fingers in the war of 2054, where little gerbils nibbled them off. I could play games now, but I'm watching my life. Ah, yeah. Sometimes like you want to just watch shows too, right? Like, or streams, and it's like if you play games and watch something at the same time, then you can't pay attention to either of them. Trust? Okay, let's snore that copium. Who cares at this point? Gonna play the new League card game? Ooh, I've seen it. Is it any good? Why did they do this and get rid of, like, Legends of Runeterra is my question. This is so depressing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, like, make this so depressing. Wait, is Runeterra dead? I don't think it's dead, but I don't think it's, like, getting any big updates anymore, right? Yeah, that's what I've heard. I heard Legends of Runeterra is actually really, really fun. Wait, who the heck actually goes out of their way to buy League of Legends cards? Like, I'm being so for real. Like, yeah, maybe people play League of Legends, but going out of your way to buy cards for League of Legends? Like, what? What? What's wrong with you? I don't know. Parents buy the cards for their kids as a gift. Okay, I feel like, I don't know, League of Legends trading cards is so niche. Like, what parent goes out of their way to be like, I'm looking for Riot Games' League of Legends trading card game? I'm like, buy Pokemon cards! Buy Pokemon cards, guys! Crazy stuff. The TCG whales. I feel like even the TCG whales shouldn't touch League of Legends cards. Like, what's wrong with you? Everything is so expensive. I guess that's true, right? You can't really get any of the good ones anymore because it's all been bought out or like super expensive. Well, One Piece makes sense. Like, I can see One Piece TCG making sense because that actually has characters that you can like and get attached to. But League of Legends, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna buy cards and try to pull for my favorite champion, Scion. Like, shut the fuck up. What? What? I mean, you can get like those like silly packs that the scalpers don't want and the collectors don't want if you want to just buy them for your kids, you know? Like, kids don't care. They're just like, oh my gosh, Pokemon cards, cool. And then you take away the ones that are actually good. You give them the fodder. Yeah, imagine gambling just to get a Teemo card. My favorite champion, Teemo. Oh, I guess so. With like the animated shows. Maybe. There by Pokemon TCG to pull for Psyduck? No. Teemo's the GOAT. Ari Sans bought the Faker. It wasn't $200. It was $500 Faker Ari skin. Okay. Does the TCG include like the esports players, like the pros? I don't imagine that it does, right? Cause I know Faker sells like crazy. I don't think Uzi's skin did that well, did it? I've only seen like one. Secret rare pro sign cards. I mean, okay, I get it. You try to pull for that Faker card, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, it's not gonna pop off until Faker gets monetized and put into the game, okay, you idiots. As his coach, you would know. I don't know. I'm his coach. I don't deal with, like, his sponsorships or anything else, you know. Oh, worth it for Faker. Imagine if Faker didn't make it to Worlds this year. League of Legends would have been dead. Man, I wish Faker was real true. Why they just make Faker a champion in League? Well, why are we talking about League of Legends so much? What's wrong with you guys? Stop talking about League of Legends. Are you obsessed? Obsessed with League of Legends, you bozos? What do you like most about VTubing? I like that people can be whoever and whatever they want to be. I'm just a stupid woman on the internet, but actually my brain is huge and you'll never know that just from looking at me and listening to my streams. It's so difficult being such an intelligent woman IRL. That's why I love being stupid on the internet. Totally not copium. Pets match their owners? Are you my pet? But yeah, no, like a real answer is I love the freedom for people to express themselves however they want. It's a really, really creative medium. And yeah, I also just am a weeb, so anything that has to do with pretty anime ladies, I enjoy. Well, I mean, that's not true. There are a lot of master's programs out there that, you know, just give you a paper and all they want is your money, right? Like, technically right now, I'm pretty sure all of you can apply and get a master's at some random ass institute online. Yippee! Hi, ouch! Welcome! Thank you so much for 7 months. If this is true, yeah, so if any of you want a random master's degree that won't do any good for you, but will cost a whole ton of money, you can go online and do it right now. Right now, right now, right now! Going to do a master's in geology to pick up the perfect gems for Sarah? That is so smart. Wow, you should all be a geologist. We do have a geologist in chat. A rock master, that's not me. Have fun getting lunch with Papa Smoky. Enjoy. Aw, that's so cute. Guys, go have lunch with your parents. All of you, right now. Spend time with their parents. They're at work? Damn! Go have lunch with them at work. Tell them that unemployment is in! My dad is telling me to buy him lunch while I'm trying to finish work. Well, unemployment is in. Go buy him that lunch. It's 9 p.m. You want me to get lunch now? Never too late for lunch. Exactly, it's lunchtime somewhere. It's actually lunchtime where I'm at. But I'm not hungry yet. Damn. Can you believe this generational trauma that's going on right now? You work because your parents work. Oh. Even though unemployment is in, but the fact that we all work. It's crazy. What's for lunch? I know. I think I might have to eat some either frozen stuff that I just microwave because I'm too tired to bother, or I'll see if I have any leftovers. Exactly! We gotta break the cycle! Gotta break the cycle, guys. I only eat dinner and breakfast. Well, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so I'm glad you're not missing out on that. Oh, pizza's good. I was craving pizza for the longest time, and now I think my pizza craving has disappeared. I'll send you some dumplings in the mail. I wonder what it's gonna look like by the time it gets here. Oh, I could go for soup too. Hi, Necro, welcome. Hi, Fry. What about afternoon tea? Ooh, stop. I still have some mooncakes left. Oh, tea with mooncakes would kind of go hard. Oh, but mooncakes are so fattening, guys. Okay, so I guess this is kind of like a funny story, but it's a little bit sad. So I don't know how many of you guys know this, but for a really long time I had kind of like a complicated relationship with food. So it was never like an eating disorder or anything, but you know, me and food, you know. And only recently I'm like, you know what, fuck that. I'm just gonna eat and I'm gonna work out and exercise and finally be healthy with all of that. So obviously with that, and I think also my medication, like the new ones that I'm on, I've gained a couple of pounds. Like I've gained some weight, but I you know, I was like under 100 pounds, and I'm still not like. I personally don't think any of the weight gain has been too visible, but I guess maybe if you haven't seen me in a while, that makes sense, because I was not doing too great before. So now I look like a human. Now I look normal, you know? And then I was just minding my own business. I was just chilling after my workout, and then my dad, he comes upstairs and he's like, oh my god. And my mom and I, we were in the kitchen, I was drinking water, and we both look over and we're like, what happened? And he was like, oh my god, wife. And my mom was like, what? He's like, your daughter's fat now. And I was like, what? Right on my face? But not even like addressing me? I'm like, buddy, men. Okay, but the thing is, I wouldn't even like consider myself like chubby. I'm pretty sure I'm still underweight, guys. No, I'm like positive that my BMI is still underweight, but we're making progress. We're getting there. I'm actually quite proud of the progress that I'm making. If not for everything that's been going on, I was feeling like really good. I was feeling strong. I wasn't exhausted all the time. Okay, now I'm back to being exhausted all the time again, but that's because I'm totally stressed and dying. But I was just like, okay, well, you know what? This is what I was aiming for, so I can't really complain if people notice. But I know, at one point, I'm pretty sure I weighed less than my dog. No, I mean, I don't know. The more I try to be like, it doesn't really matter. This is what I wanted to do anyway. The more I say this, the more it sounds like I'm coping right now. So I'm just not gonna say it anymore. But yeah, we're trying to be healthy. We're trying to live a healthy lifestyle. It's rough out there, guys. Oh. Parents, you know. Yes, I'm very proud of the progress I've made. It's been very hard, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, I go on walks every day. Every day. I'm not the kind of person that I think like a walk helps my stress. I think walking actually stresses me out even more. That one was friendly fire. I mean, my dad doesn't live with us. He doesn't see me frequently, so maybe it is a drastic change for him. I don't know. I also like to wear like baggy clothes quite frequently at home, but like when I work out, I change into my gym clothes, right? And those are tighter. So I guess it's weird for him. Walking is a time for contemplation. I don't have time to think whenever I'm walking. I don't know. Whenever I'm walking, I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. I think my time for contemplation is when I'm bed rotting and staring up at my ceiling. In medieval times, chubbiness was a sign of nobility. Yeah! You know, I could talk about this a lot, but I'm not gonna go into detail on it. But, you know, times change, and it is what it is. Thinking time. Okay, yeah, I also think a lot in the shower. Exactly, gotta be locked in, paying attention to the dog. Is my dog like sniffing shit? Is he playing with a snake? Stuff like that, you know. And the place that I take my dog on walks is kind of like a forested area, so there have been bear sightings. My parents actually saw a bear recently, so I'm always on high alert, you know. It stresses me out, especially because I... Oh, my nose. Especially because I also have to be mighty aware of when another dog comes. And because it's more of a forested area, sometimes they let their dogs walk off leash, which pisses me off. I mean, I understand you want your dog to have some freedom, but like, go to a dog park. What the hell? Just because your dog is fine doesn't mean my dog is fine. Especially if your dog isn't well trained and it just like runs up to you like, okay, I get it. Maybe your dog is friendly, but what if my dog's not friendly? Yeah, we do have bear spray, so I optimize my life to leave as little time to think as possible. That's so valid. Honestly, same. Like, I don't... Turn off my brain. I don't want to think anymore. Think about anime or something. Yeah! It's one thing if your dog is, like, trained, but even if it's trained, you never know, right? You never know what might trigger it, like... I don't know. Something happens. It's like... Bruh. Yeah, even the most well-trained dogs can have like an off day or even like a off moment, right? And my dog is a big dog. He's an Akita. He's not aggressive or anything, but he does not like it when other dogs mount him or go up from behind and spook him. So, I gotta be just so careful with that. Cause he will fight you to the death if you piss him off. So keep your dog away from my dog. Keep it on a leash. We have a friendly meeting. They can smell each other's butts, but that's it. That's it. Get your dog away. Stresses me out so bad. Had a dog who would just get weird and offensive about their ears. Oh my gosh. Are their ears really sensitive like mine? Yeah. So yeah, my walks stress me out. Oh my god, I can't stop yawning. Oh my god. Okay. Now I'm gonna change the conversation. I'm gonna pivot again. So the other day I went to work at a completely new school that I've never been to before. Very yippee, yes. And I didn't really think too much of it because I actually really enjoy going to new schools. But this was probably the worst work day I have ever had in my life. Oh, wait, I'm stretching now. And I'll be yawning again. What the fuck is that? It was an elementary school. It was a very, very small school. Probably the smallest school that I've ever been to. Just to give you guys an idea, I don't want to like say exactly how many students and how small it is, but the number of classrooms is in the single digits. So a very, very, very small school, which I'm not used to. I typically work at much larger schools. That's just schools that are closer to me, I guess. But yeah, a very small school, and oh my god, it was a shit show. I mean, at least from my perspective, as an outsider, the staff there seemed like they really liked their school. But for me, I was just like, wow, what is going on here? You're kidding me, right? So a little context about my job. I'm on call right now, so I go all around the district. I go to whichever school needs me. I can pick, of course. But normally when you're on call and you work with kids with special needs, typically you're not assigned the more... Excuse my language. It's just difficult to talk about it without being so technical, but you're assigned the more lower incidence children, like the ones that don't have too many behavioral needs. So just because it makes sense, like when you're working with neurodivergent population or those that have defiancy issues and stuff, you really need to be able to build up rapport with them to be able to work with them. So typically what happens is, hi Joe. Typically what happens is you have a set team for a student that needs support, the main people, the main staff that work with them, and then backup staff who already has built up rapport with them. So if the main staff happens to be away, you can call on the backup staff to work with these kids. For the more high incidence children, that's typically what happens with their team. Have fun driving, Isaac. Bye bye. And then when you're on call, if someone's away, they call you to come fill in for them. You get paired with more low incidence children, just because that rapport isn't really too necessary. You can just go about your day and work with them, right? So that's what typically happens when you go to a new school and you don't know any of the kids, you don't know any of the teachers, you don't know any of the admin. You get placed with people who might just need some academic support and maybe a little bit of behavioral support. It's just better and safer for everybody involved as well. But this school, oh my gosh, I was really just thrown into the thick of it. I was like, what is going on? So on paper, a lot of the behaviors and the things that were happening were quite manageable. But because I've never seen this kid in my life, I've never seen this class in my life, I've never seen this teacher and the admin in my life, and they just like threw me in that classroom, I was having a day. Oh my gosh. And of course the kids that I had to work with, like, they didn't know me, they didn't like me, they didn't trust me, so they were testing me. They were like, they felt unsafe too, right? So I was with this kid who, she was so sweet, really, really cute kid, but very impulsive. So she had a lot of hitting. So she would not only hit the adults, but she would also hit her classmates as well. So it was a very, very unsafe situation. And that class was very busy. There were 4 adult bodies in that class. And even though there were so many adults in that class, they didn't have enough staff to cover breaks. So whenever someone left the class to like go on their lunch break or their coffee break, we'd be down 1 adult body. And then that was so difficult. At one point, I was in the class by myself, and I had to call one of the other students to go grab the principal, because the kids were just like, it was just such an unsafe situation. I was like, how is this okay? Like, I get you're a small school, maybe you don't have a whole ton of funding, but this is not safe. You're telling me that you're just gonna throw whoever in this classroom and then call it a day? So that was really stressful. And then there was this one specific incident at lunchtime when I was supervising outside. So it was a rainy day. It was muddy and slippery outside, a whole ton of puddles. I think it might have been like windy the day before or something, but there were a lot of branches scattered on the playground, and there was this really, really large branch. Like, picture, I don't even know. Maybe like a 2 meter? No, it was bigger. 3 meter long branch. It was quite thick as well. So some of the kindergarteners, and you know they're in kindergarten because they're wearing like bright neon colored pennies. They found the branch, and maybe like 15 of them started carrying that big ass branch together, and they were carrying it around the school grounds. They were going up and down stairs, and I was just like, this does not seem very safe. And I asked some of the other adults, and they were like, yeah, that doesn't seem safe. We should tell like the noon supervisor. So there is one noon supervisor, so one person, one teacher that supervises the entire school outside at lunch. Because technically for us, like me and some of the other staff, we're supposed to keep one-on-one work even with our kids outside too, right? So the other kids aren't our responsibilities. I know. Hi, Halhorn. Good morning. The kids are crazy, insane. And then they somehow carried that large ass branch to the gravel field where the older students, like grade 6, 7 students, were playing, and they saw the stick and they're like, oh my gosh, we want the stick. And they started doing like this tug of war, like free-for-all battle royale with the kindergarten students, and then more of the students started joining in, and it became like a fight pit, and I was like, what? What is happening? So then I saw the supervisor come, and he was like this young man, maybe early 20s, I don't know, but he pissed me off so bad because he could not control the kids at all. Like, he was being like, oh, can I have the stick? Please drop the stick. Can we not play with the stick? And they were walking all over him. Like, they're like, no, we want the stick, stick. We want the stick. And kids are falling down left and right, pushing each other. They were running around with the stick. And that was like a sharp stick that snapped off of a tree. It's not even a stick. It's a big ass branch that snapped off of a tree, and kids were like riding on top of it while other kids were holding it up. And I was like, this is crazy. What is happening? Like, kids totally could have been like impaled by that huge branch, by the way. And even some of like the girls who weren't interested in the stick, they came over and they were like, I think they should stop playing with the stick. That seems really dangerous. Everyone seems to be really insane right now. And I was like, yeah, they should probably put that branch down and like have the supervisor remove it. But the supervisor, like, he could not control the situation, and it's like, it pissed me off so bad. How can you do this job and not even know like how to communicate with the children? You can't have them walk all over you. They're not gonna listen to you if they walk all over you, right? If they know that they can push you and not listen to you. And I didn't want to impose because like I'm an outsider, I'm new, and nobody else seemed to care. Nobody else seemed to do anything. But eventually I was like, okay, if a kid got freaking killed by this branch while I was working here, I would feel terrible about it for the rest of my life. So I went over there and channeled my best teacher voice possible, and I was like, put the branch down now! And all the kids stopped and they turned to me and then they dropped the branch, and I was like, please remove the branch from the school grounds. I was addressing the supervisor, and the supervisor was like, oh, thank you. And then he took the stick away, and I was like, oh my god. Like, why couldn't he have just done that? Like, it wasn't even like they were totally out of control. Just be an adult? Question mark? And I know I was so annoyed. I was so pissed. I know I looked really mean because I couldn't help it. I just could not help it. I like rolled my eyes at that guy. I was like, oh my god. They should not be playing with a branch that big. It's gonna start like a mass hysteria on the school grounds. Like, you need to remove this branch. Pissed me off so bad, and I was so mean. I don't like being mean, but I I know I was so mean. Like, rolled my eyes, and I was and my attitude was not good. Oh my god. Now that I think back on it, I was so mean. Yeah, like, you can't just like be a pushover. Like, you can be nice, you can be sweet, but you can't let them push you around, especially in a situation like this where it's totally unsafe. Like, you have to step up, otherwise don't work this job, right? I was so mad. And then this is the same day, by the way, in one of the classes, one of the teachers asked me to lead half of the class in an exercise, in an activity, a word activity, in which the student I was working with could not participate in because she was not yet at that level. So I was like, first of all, this is not my job. This is not part of my job description. And second, if I led this activity for half of this class, what is my student supposed to do? Like, just sit there? Like, she's not gonna want to just sit there because, first of all, it's boring, and she hits people. She's gonna start running around hitting everyone if I don't have my eyes on her all the time, right? But she was like, oh, the regular staff does this all the time. Can you do it? She just tells the kid to go play with the dolls at the dollhouse. So it's like, okay, so I'm not supposed to do my job with this kid that I'm hired for. I'm just supposed to do your job and teach half your class? Yeah, I had a really bad day. I was really upset. I've never been to a school like that before because it is just not allowed. Like, teachers know that you're not allowed to do that because we're not here for your class. We're here for our student and the kid that we're supposed to be working with, right? Like, at the other schools that I work at, they're, like, even hesitant to ask me to help hand out some papers and stuff because that's not my job. But this school was crazy, I guess because it was so small. Like, all of the staff are used to working very collaboratively within the classrooms and stuff. And maybe, I don't know, that's just their work culture there or something. Everyone has a whole bunch of shoes and a whole bunch of roles that they have to take on. But very much not the norm. And I was supposed to go back the following day. I immediately canceled that as soon as I got home because I was like, I would rather kill myself. Yeah, I would much rather just kill myself because, first of all, I hate conflict. I actually hate confronting people. I'm very much a you tell me what to do and I'll do it, boss kind of lady. But it made me really uncomfortable that I had to step out of my comfort zone so many times that day. And I was just so exhausted afterwards. But then the next day I went to a school that I go to a lot, and it was a good day. I had a good day. I had a really fun day with the students and with the teachers. Actually, funny story. The vice principal of the school that I normally go to, she texted me and she was like, "Are you able to come in tomorrow? We really need you." But I was scheduled to go to the other school, the small school, right? So at first I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm actually dispatched at a different school tomorrow. But then as soon as I got home, I texted her. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going back to that school ever again. So I'll come in tomorrow. And she was like, great, because today we got a new person who could not even work with a student for 15 minutes. So I had to do his job the whole day. And I was like, sounds about right. Sounds about right. As I had a whole entire flashback of the dude who couldn't even tell some kids to drop the freaking branch. Yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult job. I'll give you that. It's really, really difficult, especially if you've never worked with a kid before and it's your first time there. They'll do whatever they can to test you. They will push your buttons. It's so funny. And it's not easy. It's rough. I think it's a job that doesn't pay very well, but you really, really have to put a lot into it to make it work. So I can see how if you're new to this and new to a class that can be quite overwhelming. But also, it wasn't like a very difficult child either. So if you can't work with this kid, what are you doing in the field, right? One of those thankless jobs, real. Yeah. I mean, it has pretty good pay if I'm gonna be real, but Could also be because I have... gonna gloat now. I have a lot of like certifications and stuff, so maybe it's different for other people. Go 0-12. Be for real. Lord of the Flies, elementary school. No, it was crazy. Terrible day. Never going back there ever again. Yeah. Oh, just thinking about it is stressing me out again. Just get a desk job, guys. I'm gonna be real with you. Just, I don't know. Get a desk job. Not worth it. Don't ever move again. I don't care if it's boring and all you have to do is stare at Excel spreadsheets or pick up phone calls every day. Just do it. I don't even care anymore. Yeah. Embrace the pencil pushing. Get a serving job? Okay. I would never wish that upon even my worst enemy, okay? Working in any kind of like service or food industry, oh my gosh. First, you get no respect. Nobody respects you whatsoever, and you are worked like a dog. But you're always serving. Thank you. You're so right. Yeah, you get to work in an office that's air conditioned. You sit in a nice office chair, and you're what? Be real. If you were at home, you would have sat in front of your computer anyway. It's the same thing. Yeah. So. Yeah, we are supposed to be unemployed. You're so right, Jonah. I'm so sorry. I forgot. Okay, if obviously the first choice is to be unemployed, but if you have no other options left and you have to be employed, then get a desk job. Even better, work from home. I don't know what to tell you. Oh my gosh, but also like one of the teachers that I've worked with recently, she has a really difficult class and a really terrible bunch of parents. Like parents these days, they are insane. Thiago, you want a chair job? Well, I want a hand job. So I don't know why I said that. It just came out of my mouth, and then as soon as I said that, my brain, it clicked in my brain, and I was like, why did I say that? I'm sorry. Please don't report me to HR. Please. Don't report me to HR. I can't lose this job. I turned my brain off, okay? I'm so tired. Okay, yeah, back on track. Thank you, pal. Yes, thank you. I don't know what even happened. Okay. Back on track. Yeah, parents are so bad these days. They're so entitled, and all of them think that their kid is something special and they deserve special treatment. And if anyone treats them even like just slightly worse than what they think their kids should be treated, they go berserk, they go crazy, they go insane. So yeah, like one of the teachers that I worked with, she's super sweet. She's really good at her job. She's been like a teacher for 20 years, okay? And this year she has a really, really difficult class with a bunch of really mean parents. And the morning I went in, like the class was already like out of control. Kids were throwing things, yelling, running around. There was this one kid who was just like screaming, "Fuck you! Fuck you! You're the worst teacher ever! Fuck you!" And I was just like, what is going on? And there were parents standing outside her door, like demanding that she comes out to have a chat with them when her class was completely like out of control. And this was, I can genuinely say that this was at no fault of the teacher, like whatsoever. It was just a really terrible decision to put this group of children together in one class. And there were so many high needs students in that class. Like not even neurodivergent. It's like everybody has needs these days, like ADHD. Like yeah, that's, I don't know why I said not even neurodivergent and then I went ADHD. But a lot of undiagnosed, undesignated students, a lot of students that are just defiant and they have no attention spans anymore, okay? So kids that aren't even like designated as special needs, but the whole class, like they have zero attention span, they're so rude and so defiant. And it's the start of the year too, right? So they're still building up that trust and trying to figure out a routine. But the parents were just outside of that window at the door for like good 2 hours in the morning. And it was just so crazy. So crazy. And when the kids were finally out at recess, the teacher, she comes up to me and she's like, "I fucking hate my job." And then she like just starts crying and I feel so bad for her, but like what can you even do? What can you even do? Like quit your job? Yeah, the parents are unemployed, that's for sure. And like it's really bad because you don't get any support either. Like you call admin, but the principal and vice principal, they can't do anything about it either. Ugh. It's just such a mess. So basically every single teacher that I've met, that I've worked with, they're like, "Sarah, you're young. You're not gonna do this job forever, right?" I'm like, "No." "You're not gonna be a teacher, right?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Good. Don't ever go into teaching." And I'm like, yikes. Yikes. So if you guys have kids or plan on having kids one day, do your part as a parent. That's all I can really say, right? Yeah, all of them are trying so desperately to save me. Yeah, I think unironically, I think that is true. I was in a split second and third grade class, and they were doing writing. So they were tracing over the alphabet letters of the alphabet. Learning how to write neatly and learning the alphabet, basically learning how to write. And I thought this was maybe like a grade 1 class, but one of the kids, he kept complaining. He was like, "I don't want to do this. How many A's do I have to write? Oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. It's so difficult. My hands hurt." And the teacher was like, I don't remember. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna call him Bob. The teacher was like, "Bob, you're in grade 3. You can write a couple of letters." And I was like, in grade 3? Yeah, like the reading levels, non-existent. Kid, if you can't read, you can't write. Writing levels, non-existent. Math is even worse. Math is really bad too. But what can you do, right? Like, they don't have that foundational skills. They don't have that knowledge. Yeah, because like when you're in kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, honestly nowadays it's just learning how to be in a classroom, learning how to be away from your iPad for 8 hours a day, and that takes a really long time to deprogram out of your system. Like, it's an addiction, right? It's an addiction if you've grown up, especially from such a young age, to all of that stimuli and all of that dopamine shot straight into your brain. Like, when you're thrust into school, like, you can't learn. You literally don't learn. You just have to get adjusted to the environment, I guess. So that's why that's why everything is so terrible. Like, it's terrible. Oh yeah, it's literally a skill issue. Like 7, 8, 9-year-olds, those kids are still iPad babies. They're still iPad babies. And especially because if you think, okay, I don't know how old you guys are, but when I was young, when I went home after school, my parents helped me with my schoolwork, right? Even before I entered school, like, I was taught a lot of things, so I would have the basic foundational skills I needed when I entered school. But that doesn't happen anymore. All of the learning that kids do before they enter school come from YouTube and their iPads and TikTok. It's a generational thing, but it's also because the nuclear family... I'm gonna be a nerd now! Oh my gosh! The nuclear family structure doesn't work anymore in our day and age. Both parents... Okay, obviously this is a gross generalization. So obviously not everybody grew up with a nuclear family, right? But it's become more and more common now that the nuclear family structure doesn't work anymore, because nowadays both parents need to work to sustain a family, and they need to work long hours, and they need to work overtime. So that means that there's no stay-at-home mom or dad. That means there's no one to really do anything with your kids before they enter school. So they enter school being an iPad baby. And when you're in school, you have to start from the very, very beginning. You have to first of all deprogram all of that iPad babiness out of them before you can even start working on the basics. Right? And it's just going to get worse because as younger people grow up and have their own family, their norm is not going to be, okay, someone has to stay back and parent necessarily, right? Yeah, they're not raised because there's no time, there's no energy, there's no money, right? So it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and no one's gonna want to be a teacher anymore, and we will just all die. Yes, zero social skills, like not even just with their peers, but with adults as well. They don't know how to read the room. They can't tell contextual factors. It's just so hard. They'll have ChatGPT teach the kids. My grandma took care of me, surprised and it ended up being racist. Oh my gosh. Yeah, nowadays, like, grandparents can't even do that because, surprise, surprise, a lot of the grandparents are still working. I know a lot of wild out there. Yeah, and educators aren't paid well. It is a terrible, terrible, terrible job. lead poisoning. So that was really grim, but that is the state of our society, and I don't really know what to do. I think it's a very I want to say more of a Western phenomenon, but it's very much becoming the norm everywhere. As long as you have capitalism on your bum, it's going to continue to be like this, and it will only get worse. It will only get worse everywhere. Yeah, all we can do is try our best. We got Taco, you worked for a school district 13 years ago. That's interesting. What was it like back then? I was a wee fetus of 3 years old. I'm still 3. Sorry, not years. 3 units old. I was not 3 years old, sorry. A weedus. Back in my day, they played Beethoven through the tummy. Started early. Nowadays, they play Five Nights at Freddy's jump scares to the fetus to keep them on high alert at all times, you know? To get them ready and prepared for society. Oh yeah, I mean funding is still an issue, right? It's just education is such a underpaid, underappreciated, and undervalued sector of the government, and everyone's like, yeah, let's just it'll totally work out if we keep cutting funding, right? Now they play Skibidi Toilet. Okay, well actually Skibidi Toilet talks about some real issues. So I don't know, maybe that's just a way for kids to learn about some real life issues. The might of 87. We needed to roll out the computers from the IT department to do presentations. Yeah, and a lot of the times kids, they are much more defiant now. They don't understand why it's good sometimes to listen to authority, especially at school. So they like to challenge everything. And they don't think that learning a lot of these things are useful, which to a certain degree is true. Why do I need to learn how to multiply when I have a calculator on me 24/7? My phone comes and goes with me. I don't need to know the multiplication table in my head, right? But the curriculum isn't changed to reflect that. I don't think there's anything wrong with kids nowadays not being able to memorize the multiplication table, because it's true. You have a phone on you all the time. There are rarely any situations where you won't be without a phone and you need to multiply some big old numbers. So it's true. But the curriculum's still made by older people who don't actually even teach, you know? So why do it when it doesn't help me whatsoever? And that's just the kid's way of thinking. Is it true that kids can't read analog clocks anymore? Well, it depends on the age, right? Once you get older, you will eventually learn how to read it. But yeah, a lot of younger kids don't know how to use an analog clock. Knowing that times table has correlation to critical thinking abilities, I don't know. I think critical thinking abilities is something very, very different. Yeah, I think like the curriculum needs to be modified to reflect what kids should be learning, like the most critical things that kids should be learning. I don't think that we should stay stuck in the past because it's not going to be beneficial. It doesn't help anyone to have kids learn things that honestly is not going to do anything for them. My brother is an adult and still can't read one. Okay. What? Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Like, you can do math without having to memorize the multiplication chart. That's what it is. I don't think we should be so rigid in our way of thinking and in our way of teaching. Like, yes, of course it's good to know it, it's handy to know it, but we have moved past that. We are in a new age where we can do much of this in a much more convenient fashion, and we should focus on things that will actually be useful in school. Okay, but reading the analog clock. I get it for kids these days, but what's going on with your brothers, guys? Like, why can't they read a clock? No, 10-year-olds can't read Cat in the Hat. Exactly. I think we should focus on what we can do to actually help these kids, because they're growing up in a very, very, very different environment than, I'm assuming, the environment that most of us grew up in, right? And yeah, AI is just... Oh, AI is something that's really difficult. I don't know how people should navigate it yet, because I honestly don't know where it's even gonna go, right? Because AI is to say that it's in right now, but what about in 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, right? What's that gonna look like? Yeah, you gotta teach the kids that learning is fun and learning can be practical too. Watching the Italian brain rot stuff. Yeah, people have been talking about that, and I do not understand what that means at all. Trigonometry. I mean, a lot of what we learn is just very generalized information, and it depends on what you end up going into and what you end up specializing in. But yeah, for most people, as long as you know general shapes and stuff, even geometry is like whatever, right? And it ruined my day. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Italian brain rot, and I'm afraid to look into it. I feel like I should, but I'm just afraid to look into it. A kid came up to me and he was like, "Italian brain rot's my favorite!" And I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think AI has its pros and cons, which I think is the case for most new technology that comes out, especially when we don't know how to navigate it yet and what place it has in our community yet. But yeah, there's a very fine line when it comes to AI, and we have already crossed that line ages ago, so I agree, Mold. Like, memorization, there's no point in that because now you don't. I mean, yeah, you can't have an empty brain like me all day because you have so much information at the palm of your hands. It's personally, I think, a waste of time to force kids to memorize these things, especially if we're going to do like standardized testing. That standardized testing doesn't show any kind of critical thinking skills like whatsoever. It's just, can you memorize the information that was taught, and can you regurgitate it in a way that is recognizable to other people? But that's not, I mean, that's one type of learning, but in this day and age, that kind of learning is quite obsolete. I mean, I feel like it always has been, but always has been. But it's not a good use of anybody's time. It's not fun, it's not interesting, it's tedious, and it doesn't actually reflect learning or knowledge or intellect in any way. Yeah, use AI to actually improve life and convenience, and not like take away from human creativity and the essence of what it means to be alive, right? I don't know. I'm not against AI necessarily. I just think the way that it's being used is not great. But I can see how it can be beneficial. I sound like a borderline person. Yeah, I have borderline personality disorder, but who cares, right? Living with my shareholders. Capitalism. We should all be unemployed right now. Oh yeah, I really don't like standardized testing, schooling, nothing of that kind. It's definitely for capitalism, like 100%. Yeah, I had a friend who was taking this like coding class. Like, it wasn't his career or anything, but he just took it for fun because I don't know. I don't know what dudes are up to. This is one of my good friends, her boyfriend, and she was like, yeah, he's taking like this coding class now. I'm like, why? And she's like, I don't know, just some men things. I'm like, okay, interesting. But apparently, from what I've heard from that, they're like, use ChatGPT to check your code, use ChatGPT to help you. I'm like, and what are you learning? I can use ChatGPT to code right now. Like, what are you learning? What? We are talking. Hi, Turquoise. We're talking about the state of our world and society. I don't know. Apparently he was just like taking it for fun. It was like an intro to coding class or something. It wasn't like at a. I actually don't know what university or like what school it was. But it wasn't like his career. He wasn't like learning it to actually do it. Just for fun, as a hobby, I guess. But I was just like, really? That's what the instructors are telling people to do? Like, use AI? Yeah, like, I get it if you use it as a tool to, like, maybe double check something. I don't know, like, how accurate it is. But I can see it that way. But when you're learning in a class, shouldn't you like learn? Shouldn't you learn how to do it? Sometimes you need credit and want to find a new interest. That's true. That's true. Sometimes you just want to take random classes, right? I get it. But yeah. I guess that's the state of our society now, guys. Why are you talking about that? You know what? That's a really good question because we like to get real in here. we live in a society. Bottom text. Yeah, we need to fill the downtime before between League of Legends. You took why do you need PE? Oh, is this for high school? I was like, PE credits. Of course not PE. But yoga class is interesting. I'm glad they offered that. Well, I think like going back and getting a higher level degree is still worth it. Do a good program. Go to a more prestigious institute. Like, it's very heavily like shunned in most places. I guess it's like more commonplace in the workplace because, you know, we all want to cut corners and make things easier for ourselves. You need PE credits in university? Excuse me? Why? What? They had a yoga class in university? I mean, maybe for like, I don't know, athletes, but... Huh? Wow, maybe this is an American thing. That's so bowling? You guys had bowling classes? Bruh. Bruh. That's so crazy. Yeah, no, as soon as I got to university, nobody gave a fuck what I did as long as I completed my work. Yeah, there was no PE requirement. I don't think for any of the faculties. I don't even think, like, for kinesiology you needed any, like, PE credits. Because I had a lot of friends who went into that. But, wow. Yeah, mine had... Well, my foreign language requirement was also in high school. So, yeah, in university, our requirements were just very much dependent on what you wanted to major in. We didn't have to do any, like, PE or language unless that's, I guess, what you wanted to do, right? Oh, your first experience with yoga was hot yoga? Oh no, there is a foreign language. I remember, but I did it in high school, so I didn't need to do it. But yeah, there was like maybe a 3 credit requirement for a foreign language thing for, I think, spread out across all degrees. But it was very much like, just take this as an elective and you'll be done. I should take music or art. I mean, yeah, we had electives. We had to do electives, but we didn't have to take like anything specific. An elective could just be some class that is outside of your major. Like if I majored in psychology, I could have taken like a geology course and that would have been an elective, right? We didn't have to do like, oh, you have to do art, you have to do music, you have to do a language. There was none of that. Bye, Keith! Bye, crayons! Good night! Had to be music or art? Oh, interesting. I mean, maybe it depends on the degree. I mean, definitely depends on where you're going to college. But that's crazy. That's so insane. Like, for what? I'm paying thousands of dollars for one class. I'm not gonna go take a yoga class. I do that on my own time. How is that gonna help with my degree? Yeah, none of that here. Electives, we could just choose whatever we wanted that wasn't part of what we were required for our major. Yeah. Yeah, we also had general educational requirements, but it was also like dependent on your faculty. So I think for the arts faculty, we had to do a couple of science courses. No math requirement whatsoever. So I have not taken any math class since high school. So we had to do, as long as you had like pre-calc, I think you were good. You didn't even need to do calculus. Yeah, we didn't even have a math requirement. We had a science requirement, and we had English requirements. That was it, I think. And then also, yeah, most of the stuff you could have gotten done in high school, if you were on top of it. Like, I did my math in high school. I did my foreign language in high school. So yeah. And then all of my electives, I just took whatever I wanted. I took this medieval studies class that was incredibly useless for me, but it was fun. Do you remember your multiplication table, Sarah? I work at a school. What do you think? No, but I'm stupid, so I actually don't know numbers very well. Who's your favorite night? I forgot everything I learned from that class. It was really interesting in the moment, but it was completely useless for me. So all of that information gone from my brain. But sometimes when I'm watching like Vinland Saga, I'm like, oh, I learned about this in my medieval studies class. I also took like, for another elective, I took like a German film class. But it was from like the 1960s to the 1960s, what the heck. It was from the see, I'm not good with numbers. It was from 1980s to the 1990s, I think, like a German film class. That was really fun too. But yeah. We also had like an anime and manga class as well. But I was already enrolled in that class. But I dropped out of it because the workload was just crazy. Like, yeah, I like being a weeb, but it's an elective. I don't want to have to like stress out over an elective, right? I did have to write essays on the German films, yes. And I already know everything about anime and manga. Why do I have to pay money for some random professor to teach me, huh? I already know everything. But I was enrolled, so I got to see like the syllabus. There was like this module on Dragon Ball, obviously. There was a module on Ghost in the Shell. There was a module on Black Butler, surprisingly. So it did look like it was a lot of fun, but you had to do so much work for it. I don't remember the exact workload, but I know there was a portion where you had to write a really long essay, like an in-depth analysis on not like manga or anime. You had to write about the history of manga and anime. And then a lot of like analysis pieces here and there. There was also like a graphic design portion where you had to make a movie poster for one of them. And I was like, I don't even fucking have Photoshop. Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, I dropped that class. I didn't end up taking it. I took an easier and elective. Imagine the smell of weeb class, dog. That's so fucked. Oh my god. Oh. Oh hey, did you get a good mark on that, Rabbit? I remember for because I majored in psychology and sociology, right? I remember. Oh, Harper, welcome back. How did it go? How much did it cost for an X-ray? I had to take a gambling psychology class, and that was actually really interesting. But for the final project, we had to write oh, I don't even remember the prompt anymore. But it was an essay on gambling addiction, but in a context of our current society. So we could pick like any kind of media, any kind of activity to explore gambling addiction, right? And I wrote it on Genshin Impact. Did you know that having a hard pity is actually much worse for people with a gambling addiction? Yeah. It was really silly. I don't think Uma Musume was even out back then. I know, I'm ancient. Gambling psych, but it's all about how gambling is awesome. Okay, that was actually my my drug class, because we also had a psychology class on drug usage. And my professor was really, really cool. He actually has like a PhD in music from Harvard or something. I don't know. He was like, yeah, I studied music at Harvard, but then I transitioned and now I'm a psychologist. I'm like, oh, okay. And then for like half the class, he was like, this drug is good. This drug is good. This drug is not addictive. This drug is good. You can try this drug. If you're interested in doing some of these drugs, these are the drugs that you can try, but these are the other drugs that you should never touch. And I was like, oh, yay! Drugs! I don't know how I'm gonna get my hands on them, but thank you! The most drugs I have done is Tylenol and vitamins. Don't mix your Tylenol and vitamins. It'll be autism season for you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I hope I don't give you autism. Hi, Meep. Too late. Yeah, we're all neurodivergent now. 2 times the amount of Flintstones gummies. Okay, I never had the Flintstones gummies growing up. I had like the bear ones, and I ate those vitamins like my life depended on them. Like I could down a whole bottle in one sitting. Don't think that's good for you, so don't do that. They were so good. It's especially because I wasn't allowed a whole ton of like sweets growing up, but the gummy bear vitamins were like a little treat that I could have every day, right? So I was like, oh my gosh, these gummy bears, they're good for me and delicious. They were so good, right? And nowadays I still forget. I still forget to take my vitamins. Super chat. Thank you, Fox. My gotcha addiction, Sarah. Come home. I'm already home. Actually, you're already home. You live in my basement, silly. Yeah. The chewable ones, right? I did not like the chalky ones. Those are not good. But in hindsight, probably better so I don't overdose on gummies. Oh my god, Cockman. I stopped getting gummy vitamins and started getting the really large pill vitamins because I found myself still falling prey to the exact same habit I had as a kid, and I would take way too many of the gummies. I still do that. So I stopped getting the gummy vitamins. No self-control. Very impulsive. Yeah, the chalky one. Oh, so nasty. But if you ever have kids, you should probably get those nasty chalky ones so they don't overdose. You can't have too many vitamins. I don't know, my neon pee begs to disagree. Every time I take my vitamins and I go pee, and my pee is freaking neon yellow. I think if you have like too many vitamins, they can also like store up in your kidneys, and you'll have to push out some kidney stones. You're like a glow stick. But then again, you should push out some kidney stones because I want your kidney stones. So, not the kidney stones again. So perhaps it's a good idea to take an extra vitamin once every day, just so you can start your kidney stone collection for your OC. I just joined. What the frick? What? Yeah, you're my own personal stone farm. Oh, so sweet, so cute. This is true love. Yeah. Take your vitamins with as many sodas as possible as well. Because the kidney stones come out of you, and I love you. This is true love, guys. Cut back on the acidic drinks. Well, Harper, I guess you just have to down your vitamins. Didn't say shit about smoking. Yeah, it's almost Christmas, so you better start working up your stones, guys. Yeah, exactly. Can you really say that you're in love with someone if you don't want their kidney stones? That's a part of them. You have to treasure that, you know? 0 water, 1 can of energy drink. Oh my gosh, my mom actually showed me like this TikTok of someone trying to harvest oyster pearls, and they bought like a whole bunch of really big oysters, and there were no pearls. So if it's Christmas time and I start harvesting you guys for kidney stones and it turns out there are no stones, I'm gonna be very disappointed and very sad, okay? So better get to work, guys. Become unemployed and only farm kidney stones. Alright. 2.5 hours. I'm gonna go take my first pee of the stream. Be white back. Putty. While I'm gone, talk about your favorite fizzy soda drink. Goodbye. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Cough with my mouth open like a child. I'm back! Thiago, JonJonH, Mocha, Halhorn, Taco. Thank you guys so much for the pea soups. Dr. Pepper or Fanta? I'm not a big fan of Dr. Pepper, but Fanta is good. Yeah. Mountain Dew is good. Oh, I like ginger ale and root beer. Very good as well. Cream soda orange flavored? I don't think I've ever had that. That sounds pretty good. Damn. All pretty good. I'm just not a Dr. Pepper fan. It reminds me of medicine. But everything else, I'm like, yeah. As long as it's sweet, it's pretty good. Don't worry, I had my mouth open to catch it. What? My favorite is probably... I really like melon soda. So like a Fanta melon. Or root beer. I think that's probably my top favorites. Pilk? I can't drink milk, but... I have tasted Pilk before. Honestly, not too bad. Honestly, yeah, not too bad. It's good, right? Oh my gosh. Oh, especially if they have a little vanilla ice cream scoop on top. So delicious. I can't. We've been getting pineapple Fanta as well, which... surprisingly is quite good as well. I like pineapple one. The strawberry one's not too good. But for Halloween they also released like a fruit punch Fanta, which is okay, but you know, melon is still the way to go. Monster Ultra Blue. I'm not very well versed in energy drinks, but I've had Monster a couple of times. I don't remember what kind of Monster I had, but I definitely like Monster more than like Red Bull. Drink pineapple Fanta with your pizza so that you don't have to get pineapple on the actual pizza. I don't really get pineapple on pizza. Like, if it's there, I'll eat it. I'm not gonna be like, ew, but I'll still eat it. But if I was ordering, I wouldn't order Hawaiian. I just raw dog the exhaustion. I don't even drink coffee anymore. I used to drink a lot of coffee, but no more of that. I don't drink coffee. I don't really drink any sodas either anymore, unless like I'm at a restaurant or a celebration. Then okay, maybe I'll order like a drink. But yeah, I raw dog it. Is it good? No, but I do drink bubble tea, but nowadays it's more so like fruity drinks. Sometimes there's actual tea in it, but I've moved away from milk tea. It's been a really long time since I've had milk tea. But you know, like drinking bubble tea is a little treat, not a way to handle exhaustion, right? I don't... Oh my gosh, let me wake up and get myself a bubble tea. Slay! No, that's like as a little treat on the weekend kind of thing. Yeah, you just raw dog it. I wouldn't recommend it, you know? Like, if you could get a night sleep, like a good night's sleep, then you should probably do that. Or if you just like, I don't know, have a Monster or a coffee. It just makes your life easier. Do you drink alcohol? I do drink alcohol. Not very frequently, but sometimes I like to have a drink at dinner with my parents. Things like that. Yeah, I used to drink a lot of tea with my mom as well. Especially if we're like watching TV, we brew some tea. But I don't even drink tea anymore, guys. No beer? I don't really like beer. I mean, I'll have beer, but I don't really like beer. Yeah, it's the caffeine is for my, not for my. I don't consume a lot of caffeine anymore because of my condition. It exacerbates it, so now it's only time to time now. But the same thing with alcohol as well. That's why I don't drink a whole ton at all, but honestly, I haven't really even seen much of a difference. Does it really help? I can't tell, guys. But if the doctor says don't do it, then I guess I'll comply a little bit. Actually, my parents are waiting for me to finish stream so that we can go to the liquor store together because my mom wants to try out this new drink she saw on TikTok. And I just saw while I was on the toilet that my mom texted me, "Are you done yet? We want to go get a drink already." So we're probably gonna end it soon, so I can go find her drink for her. I don't even know what kind of drink it is, but I'll let you guys know. It's something with her TikTok. I don't know. Sour beers? What? Mango sticky rice? Was that good? What? How about boozing it up? It's not even gonna be me drinking it, honestly. Yeah, old people and their TikTok. Does she eat Dubai chocolate? She does not eat Dubai chocolate. But I'm pretty sure she knows what that is. So... it's Hennessy? Stop it. Stop it! Here, get yourself something nice there. Okay, thank you, Thiago. Orange, thank you. What do you guys like to drink? Maybe I'll try something unique, something I've never tried before. 20 bucks in my pocket. Thank you for the soup. Anything with vodka because it's cheap? Understandable. Beer occasionally. What kind of beer though? There's so many different kinds of beer. Peanut butter whiskey. Oh, that sounds good. For local. I only drink very sweet cocktails. So true. I don't want to drink that shit if it's not sweet and fruity. So true. I'm a big fan of... Whenever I drink, I mostly drink like plum wine, like umeshi. That's my favorite. So that's my go-to drink. Unless I have someone to mix a very, very sweet cocktail for me, then I'll drink that. But I'm not gonna do that myself, you know? I don't want to buy a whole bunch of ingredients because that means I have to keep drinking it. Wheat beers, okay. Oh, yeah, like their Chinese liquors. My dad drinks a lot of that. It's so strong. Yeah, please make me cocktails. Brazilian cocktail is basically mashed fruit. That sounds so good. Why don't I just drink sugar? Good night, Kawaii. Good night. We'll be ending it soon anyway. Thank you so much for hanging out. You drank an entire shot? I don't think they should be, like, given to children. Oh my gosh. That thing is so strong. Yeah, no, it tastes like crap. It's just pure alcohol, eh? But, like, it's so strong. That says soda is for True. Like, you took an entire shot? You're supposed to, like, sip at that, you know? To really get the flavor, apparently. I don't know why, I don't know why I'm even gonna tell you this, but as I said sip at that, I made that motion of bringing a little shot glass to your mouth. But then when I said sip, I kind of, like, moved it up and down. And then I just kind of looked like I was sucking dick, but, yeah, Dread is hummingbird posting. Yay! Hummingbird in our chat. Yay! I need to get 3D. Then you guys will see all the stupid things I do with my hands. Maybe it's best that I don't get 3D, actually. Alright, let's wrap things up. I think my parents are getting impatient. I'm gonna speed through my Ceravants smooches today. You know what? Instead of speeding... No, I'll just speed through it. I don't... I was gonna say, maybe for next time I'll give you guys really good kisses during the members-only streams. The members-only stream. Okay, you know what? I'll do a poll. We haven't done a poll in so long. I'm wasting time. My parents are gonna kill me. Fast ones. No! It'd be too powerful, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it was so nice getting to chat with all of you. I have been pretty down in the dumps recently, but every time we get to hang out, I always... I feel more like myself afterwards. So... thank you for hanging out with me. I know that... I haven't been around very much recently, but thank you for your patience. I have class later today. Oh my god, I just remembered I have class later today. Fucking shit. And then I also have class tomorrow. So I will see you guys on Sunday. I'll see you guys Sunday nighttime because everybody needs to be asleep for the terrible things we are about to be up to. And then next week we have a couple of collabs that I will be streaming my POV of, but I will also have an ASMR stream. So we'll see how that goes, okay? Thank you guys so much for accompanying me to the members. I will see you guys on Sunday. Ego! Put me in special needs because you're special and I'm in need. Shut up! That was pretty good. Thank you. Wish me luck on my classes. Yes. God, I can't do this. Like, I'll be so good at taking my master's program half-time. I only have to do it on the weekends. Fucking shit. Fucking bullshit. Don't do it. Don't do it! Yippee! Hello! Thank you so much. Thank you for rejoining the Ceravant tier. Thank you, my love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Do we have any more voters? Because I'm gonna close this soon. Okay, so far, it seems like the fast ones are winning. Can't believe 18% of you voted. Don't kiss me. You're disgusting. Why are you even here then? Don't you know that I share everything with you here, even my germs? Any more voters? Anyone want to switch up your votes? Hurry, hurry, hurry. Get your votes in before I end it all. We'll raid into Shibi, by the way. I think Shibi's streaming, right? Unless I'm going crazy. Yes, she is streaming. We'll raid into Shibi, yeah. You guys want your grandma kisses? Okay, grandma kisses it is. I'm down for that. Alright, we'll start at the top of the list today. Okay. Slow, Psycho, Biscuits. Oh, and now it's changed. But I've already started, so it's too late. It's too late, bozos. It's too late. Zelly, Omen, Tony, Sora, Juans, Rekiara, hello, hello. I don't know why I said your full name this time. Peach, Emmanuel, Sniper, David, Rabbit, Cockman, Cairo, Blood Moon, Seldor. Okay, maybe I do have to just do both. Who knows? Right here, Craig, Sawyer, Apple, XR, Sweet, Gojo, Wife, Nico, Alexi, Beck, Toby, Desperate, Mike, Kawa, Fue, Shoei, John, Martin, Mimi, Ice Cream, Soma, Grandma, Zing, Harper, Fox. Going so fast. Nahuel. Oh, where am I? Where am I? Spicy wings, Sasibaka, Noble, Taco, Johnny, Ankuh, Crunchyroll, mdem, Chaotix, Bernie, Exceed, JonJonH, Alec. Where the heck am I? My list closed by itself. Very cool. Firemaker, more of Bodo, my weirdo, Tony, Halhorn, Delta, Hotchick, Smoky, and Thiago. Gotta start over. Nice try, bozos. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. Can we get a raid message? We're raiding it to Shibi. I don't know what she's doing. I think she's playing a game. And members, I will see you guys day after tomorrow. And non-members, I will see you all on Monday, okay? Have a wonderful weekend. I will miss you guys a lot. Go say hi to Shibi for me, okay? Take care. And I'm going to run before I get yelled at. Teehee. Thank you for yapping with me, everybody. I was gonna say goodnight because I'm so used to streaming at nighttime, but it's not nighttime, so I'm not gonna say goodnight. Unless it is nighttime for you, then good night!